Perfect.
Okay, perfect.
I can give you
Okay,
one more.
hello everyone. Ioana Spanache from UEFI-CDI, which means the Executive Agency for Higher Education, Research, Development and Innovation Funding from Romania. I will not talk so much about the VELES project in general, as my colleague Laura Georgieva from Bulgaria has said some introductory information in this morning. We are just glad to be part of this ambitious consortium, and we are happy to work together. When it comes to our agency, so we are the main funding agency for competitive funding for research in Romania. We get funding from the Ministry of Education, and we manage funding from the Ministry of Research in Romania. And we also provide policy advice on different topics such as higher education policies, RDI, technology transfer, entrepreneurship, open science, and foresight enriched methodologies. We try to set up the framework for higher education and scientific research within the national budget and other sources. Our second goal is to fund high quality research projects in Romania and to provide science policy expertise. So we are part of numerous projects on different topics related to higher education, research, development and innovation, as well as foresight, and in order to provide science policy advice. When it comes to the joint R&I investment strategic agenda and action plan that we wish to develop within the VELES project, I will mention a little bit about what we wish to do and how we wish to approach it methodologically, as well as approach the questions that you have prepared for this session. So what we plan to include in this R&I investment strategic agenda and action plan. So we will have a context analysis, of course, taking into account the national smart specialization strategies, local, national, European regulations, so on and so forth. We wish to identify a common vision at the regional level in order to identify some specific directions for transformation, and in accordance with that directions for transformation to identify some actions that could be undertaken and which could consist of the action plan afterwards. The common investment agenda will leverage the single window investment and funding toolkit. Some of my colleagues will work on this, and we wish to have a toolkit available on the project website that will be available for researchers who wish to access funding for their activities. It will showcase national, regional, and European funds, different complementary funding approaches, even from the private sector. Areas for investment that we wish to incorporate in our document refer to infrastructure for research and data, human resources, skill development, R&I, knowledge transfer, so on and so forth. When it comes to the methodological approach, as this activity will start because we have different phases in our project, and we depend on certain activities. We will analyze the ecosystems in the 4 countries, and I will mention this. I will talk about this in the next slide. We will start this activity. We plan this activity in June, to start it in June. So this is when we are still exploring some options. We wish to use foresight-based tools and methodological approaches such as backcasting, mapping, drivers of change, vision building, road mapping, Delphi method. We will see exactly what will work best in this case, but either way, there will be foresight-enriched methodologies. When it comes to the procedure and the steps we wish to implement, we will analyze the current state of the ecosystems. This is done to a certain degree already in certain work packages, where we analyze the current state of the 4 ecosystems. We will then identify drivers of change in terms of mega trends and trends that will affect, that could drive change in the next 10 years or something like that. We will try to imagine the inertial scenario, what happens if we don't do anything. and then see what are our aspirations for the future, as the aspirations for the future will provide the input for the directions for transformation. So this will be the process for vision building. Then, depending on those directions for transformation, we wish to identify the actions, some certain actions that would be implemented in order to reach that vision in the future we wish to achieve, and the corresponding list of priority areas. We hope to have possibly some workshops, maybe some face-to-face workshops. Unfortunately, it was not budgeted from the beginning in the project, but we will try to see what kind of other events we could leverage, and also use an online consultation process. And we will much appreciate it if we could also invite some of the participants here, which are interested in the health area, okay, to invite them in the process. So this is from the methodological point of view when it comes to the R&I strategy and investment plan, and this is the action plan of the project. So the first question for this event, the VELES concept is iteratively developed in several phases. Phase 1 consists of the assessment and analysis of the current status and legal and policy background in all 4 participating widening countries. As I mentioned, we did an analysis of the 4 ecosystems. We are now working on the common document within each country. We did some interviews, we did some desk research in order to identify the challenges regarding smart health and health ecosystems, data ecosystems. And these will be addressed through a strategic vision for innovation ecosystem transition path and joint framework for digital transformation and delivery of projects. And these activities somehow are expected to demonstrate the need for focused actions towards improved healthcare systems, policy adoptions and improvements fostering the regional and cross-border innovation activities. So it was a really interesting exercise to discuss with different actors from the quadruple helix within each country to see exactly what are the challenges, what is the status now, and what could be done forth. What types of activities could be implemented further.
Joanna, sorry, 2 minutes, okay?
Okay. During the second major phase, the project will aim at digital transition in the healthcare system. Improved knowledge, know-how, and better data usage will be additionally facilitated by the planning of the regional smart health data space. And VELES will demonstrate the innovation potential of the activities realized within it. During the pilot, we will have 4 pilot use cases, which will be validated through it, with focus on the most common diseases nowadays. Laura also mentioned the 4 pilots. The project results will be then supported in the third phase by coordination and support measures. And here is where the R&I strategy and the action plan investment will come into play. So, as I mentioned, the 4 pilots: Greece cancer, Bulgaria Alzheimer, Romania cerebral tumors, Cyprus dementia, and I included some information regarding the pilots. So, for example, in Romania, the pilot focused on cerebral tumors. We wish to create a regional database which will allow the registered personnel to have access at any given time to all of the scans on a secure server. So we have different, we have imaging data, we have different scans all over different institutions, and there is not a common database that could be accessed by everyone. And the timeline, this year and next year, setting the foundation, we will do data collection and analysis, context of the document, initial strategy development. In the second year of implementation, we will that's when we will try to implement different activities, workshops, online consultation, in order to have input for the strategy and for the action plan. And then year 3, of course, finalization and implementation planning. So this is the
Perfect. I think there's
information.
still